Previously in Warbird Showdown, we're evaluating the best World War II fighters from each major nation. In the last video, we addressed the three allied powers of the war, and in this video, we'll be exploring the contenders from the three Axis powers. The best fighter from each one of today's countries will be free to move on to the next round.
So without further ado, let's go!
This is Warbird Showdown, the ultimate aircraft of World War II. Germany's Luftwaffe fielded some of the most advanced and deadly fighters of World War II, constantly pushing the boundaries of aviation. First, we have the classic Messerschmitt Bf-109. This fighter was the backbone of the Luftwaffe, serving from the Spanish Civil War through the entirety of World War II. With a top speed of around 640 km per hour and an amazing climb rate of 20 meters per second in its finest versions, the Bf-109 was fast and had a great acceleration. Its turn rate was tight, making it a highly effective dogfighter, though its roll rate was very sluggish at higher speeds. Armed with a combination of 20 or 30mm cannons and 13mm machine guns, the Bf-109 excelled during the Battle of Britain and claimed thousands of aerial victories on the Eastern Front. The Focke-Wulf FW-190 was introduced as a more versatile and powerful alternative to the Bf-109. With a fabulous top speed of 735 km per hour and climb rate of 17 meters per second at its very best, the FW-190 could more than match its adversaries in speed and durability. While its turn rate was frustrating, it had an excellent roll rate, allowing it to quickly change direction in dogfights. Armed with one 30mm cannon and two 20mm cannons, it was a formidable bomber-destroyer and also excelled in strafing runs on ground targets. The FW-190 became particularly feared by Allied pilots during the defense of the Reich, and its superior firepower and robustness made it one of Germany's most effective multi-role fighters. We move on to the Messerschmitt Me-262, the world's first operational jet fighter, introducing a new era of air combat. With an astonishing speed of 870 km per hour and a climb rate of 20 meters per second, it outpaced any Allied aircraft by a wide margin. Its turn and roll rates were less nimble due to its sheer speed and heavier frame, but the Me-262 didn't need to maneuver sharply. It relied on its speed to engage and disengage at will. Armed with four 30mm cannons, the Me-262 could shred Allied bombers with ease, making it a fearsome opponent. However, despite its advanced technology, the Me-262 entered service too late to change the course of the war, and its effectiveness was limited by mechanical issues and fuel shortages.
When crowning the champion, a more involved and flexible fighter is needed. This is why I'm selecting the Focke-Wulf FW-190.
Our next nation is Japan, where three major companies, Mitsubishi, Kawanishi and Nakajima, competed to make the best fighter. The most successful aircraft produced by Mitsubishi was undoubtedly the A6M, also known as Zero. It was Japan's primary carrier-based fighter at the start of the war, and its reputation for agility quickly struck fear into Allied pilots. With a top speed of 540 km per hour and a climb rate of 15.7 meters per second in its latest versions, the Zero was fairly slow, but what truly set it apart was its incredible turn rate. It could outturn almost any Allied fighter, and its quick roll rate made it deadly in dogfights. The Zero was armed with a good two 20mm cannons and two 7.7mm machine guns, but its light armor made it vulnerable to even minor damage. Early in the war, the Zero dominated the skies, but by the war's end, it was easily taken down by Allied aircraft. Moving on to Kawanishi, its best fighter was the N1K Shiden, but although it was a great plane, it entered service in the same year as Nakajima's top fighter, the Ki-84 Hayate, but was inferior in almost every way. Because of this, pilots always preferred the Hayate, and since the Ki-84 is no match for the N1K, I will be leaving the latter out of today's video. The Ki-84 was arguably Japan's most advanced fighter of the war. With a top speed of 687 km per hour and a climb rate usually over 18 meters per second, it was one of the fastest aircraft Japan produced, able to match even late-war Allied fighters. The Ki-84 had an excellent turn rate for a high-speed aircraft, and its roll rate was smooth, making it a versatile dogfighter. Armed with four 20mm cannons, it could deliver devastating firepower. The Hayate saw extensive use in the defense of the Japanese home islands and during the Philippines campaign, where it proved highly effective against American bombers and fighters alike. The Ki-84 was a lethal warbird.
And because of its excellence, I will be crowning the Ki-84 as the king of Japanese World War II fighters.
Though often overshadowed by the larger air forces of World War II, Italy produced a series of sleek and capable fighters that performed admirably in the hands of skilled pilots. Some of its most advanced fighters, such as the C-205, the RE-2005 or the G-55, were only made months before Italy surrendered, so they barely fought in the war. As a result, the nation's only fighter fit to compete in this bracket is the Macchi C-202 Folgore, one of Italy's most important fighters, known for its agility and reliability. With a top speed of 600 km per hour and a climb rate of 14 meters per second, it was fast enough to hold its own against early Allied fighters. The C-202 had an excellent turn rate, allowing it to dogfight effectively, although its roll rate was average compared to its peers. Armed with two 20mm cannons and two 12.7mm machine guns, the C-202 was employed in North Africa and the Mediterranean, where it earned respect from both friend and foe. The Folgore proved to be a successful and reliable fighter, making a significant impact in Italy's air war.
It was the best chance Italy had, so naturally it was also their best fighter.
6 nations, 6 fighters, which will be crowned as ultimate champion. Soon you'll see, but before that we'll have to explore the last aircraft category and announce all our candidates.
So stay tuned for the next round and have a fly-tastic day.